All right, I gotta put on my serious hat because this is just getting a little bit too serious. This drama was so juicy this morning, I didn't even have to eat breakfast, man. CS2 roster update from Heroic with transparency like you've never seen in your goddamn life, okay? Heroic is sad to announce that Stabby and Jown are tempest. There is a little bit of stabby going on here. That stavn and jabbi are temporarily removed from the starting lineup of Heroic. The situation was the last thing that we wished for, but the circumstances have forced us to make this difficult decision. Now, we've seen plenty of announcements like this that ended here. But Heroic decided to give us the full iceberg, and there's a reason for that. So let's go ahead and read through and discuss after. After Pro League, stavn and jabbi initiated a push to replace cadiaN, which came unexpectedly to both cadiaN and Heroic's management team. Well, of course, this is trying to call them out as snakes, right? To say that stavn and jabbi were trying to get rid of their captain, and everyone was shocked about it, okay? And we don't know why. They don't say why. We don't hear anything about the reason from stavn and jabbi or exactly how it went down, okay? Mediation efforts were attempted, but the situation was brought to an ultimatum where Heroic had to choose between cadiaN and the rest of the team. stavn and jabbi agreed that if Heroic let cadiaN go, they would extend their contracts. We offer you contract extension. You offer us, cadiaN goes. With clear intentions from stavn and jabbi to extend, Heroic amicably allowed cadiaN to pursue a new path. Okay, now we know where this is going, because the first line of this is Heroic is sad to announce that stavn and jabbi are temporarily removed from the starting lineup. So what the hell went wrong? This is a situation Heroic were forced to make a decision. Then stavn and jabbi gave them an option. They took the option. And then what happened? The same day that stavn and jabbi were presented with their new contracts, they communicated having made future plans with Astralis. Their Heroic contracts had almost 10 months until expiration. Now, I don't know the details of the contract, whether or not this is illegal for them to be talking to each other, whether it's definitely immoral, unethical, and potentially a breach of contract, potentially something Astralis should not be doing in this situation, reaching out to talk to them. We don't know who initiated talks, how it went down, if it was a Steam message, an email, or a fucking telegram, or what. But we do know that this is stavn, and this is the claim is that stavn and jabbi said to Heroic on the same day that they were offered brand new contracts that they were planning to leave for Astralis. While handling the short-term uncertainty and planning for a long-term solution, Heroic's ambition is to bring back stavn and jabbi. Here's Heroic in the cuck chair, watching this all go down, okay? And having no choice but to say, we can't replace cadiaN, stavn, and jabbi all at the same time. Shush and Tessus are great players, but we can't replace those guys. That's the IGL, the op, the second IGL, and jabbi, who was the best player coming into this year. How are you supposed to replace them? Heroic have no choice but to sit there, watch all this go down, and still bend the knee to stavn and jabbi, who they have to lock up into contracts, okay? Where the trust right now is like a piece of paper. It's been crumpled up. Even if they flatten it out again, it's still got wrinkles in it. There's no way to fully recover this relationship. But as professionals and as a team that needs to win, and as a team that needs to sell players, and as a team that has to think about attracting new ones, that they've got to have a good enough roster. And if they're completely gutted and they lose the top 3 players on their team, that it's going to be pretty much impossible to bounce back from. It's already looking grim for Heroic, okay? So we are open to discussing transfers to organizations with a professional approach and understanding of our players' market value. So right now, they're temporarily removed from the starting lineup. The aim is to bring them back into the team. We don't know exactly what happened with... well, first, let's start here. We don't know exactly why stavn and jabbi wanted to remove cadiaN. We don't know if that... The reason for him wanting them to to remove a player isn't in itself a snaky thing, right? You can want to remove a player for legitimate reasons. We just don't know what those reasons are. Okay, so there's this one dimension that we don't know exactly what the reasons are, but this is why it all started. That stavn and jabbi wanted to remove cadiaN. The second dimension is that when Heroic said, okay, you want to remove cadiaN, or we're either going to lose cadiaN or you two, fine, we'll get rid of cadiaN. Maybe we believe it's harder to replace you two. Maybe they heard from other people on team, this is the best, easiest solution overall, even though it's really ugly for us and we would not like to remove, the person who is the heart and soul of the fucking roster, obviously. But we'll do it. Okay, so they make the very hard decision to go with stavn and jabbi. And then stavn and jabbi say, but wait, actually, we'd like to play with Device and Blame F. And we've been talking to Astralis. And now Heroic, who had had a worst case situation of 2 terrible things happening, are now having 3 terrible things happening. And their future is in complete jeopardy. And just on the arbitrary decision to pick stavn and jabbi over cadiaN, it's now fucked him over in even more ways. Because cadiaN goes to Liquid, and luckily for him, he gets to escape this whole mess. We don't know why, again, they wanted to oust him, but at least cadiaN gets to go to a new team. It's Heroic who really gets fucked in all this. stavn and jabbi now are in a tough spot because obviously, in terms of public perception, this isn't looking great for them. But that's nothing compared to what Heroic have to deal with in this spot. And if we look at stavn's tweet, it says, "Gotta love the world we live in." What is the saying? The truth always prevails. And this is to imply that the truth hasn't been spoken. So this is to imply that the statement, which seems pretty straightforward and clear, is missing details or is outright a lie. We don't know what Now Kassad decided to confront stavn right here and now. So are you saying the organization is lying in their statement? No reply. Of course, would this be the forum that you responded to? Maybe not. Is there going to be another one? I don't know. We don't know. Now, if I wanted to play devil's advocate, maybe play detective, try to figure out where stavn could fit in a good argument for himself here, like morally in terms of how this could have gone a little bit more sour than he wanted it to, we could say, okay, stavn and jabbi had a legitimate reason to remove cadiaN. Stylistically, they didn't feel like it was going to work moving forward. Maybe personality-wise, there was something that bubbled up for some kind of Taz Mercedes-Benz type drama that came up from beneath and has just been bubbling up for a long time. It was unresolvable. They had to remove him. Okay, so they tried, all right? And in trying, they maybe got mixed messages from Heroic's management team, who they said they tried to mediate this, which kind of implies that they sort of more or less directly said, listen, we don't want this to happen. Let's try to stop this from happening. Maybe at that moment, stavn and jabbi said, all right, well, we're going to keep our options open. Want to keep some irons in the fire because we don't know what's going to work out, what's not going to work out. And I think this is already bad because now they're talking about looking into other teams with their contracts still going. So I'm not really sure how this works out in favor of stavn and jabbi in terms of their story. But we can say that there was a point here where there could be miscommunication. There could be a flat out lie. We don't know. There could be something where it didn't feel like promising that stavn and jabbi were going to come out ahead in this situation, and they didn't see any other way out. A part of me always, I try to veer far away from the idea that players can be snakes with each other and stuff like that, even though it does happen. Just because I want players to look out for themselves in their careers. I think that's important. I think you want to be you want to be honest, obviously, with your teammates and everything like that, and you want to make sure that you don't fuck people over and you don't do anything out of contract or straight out illegal or anything like that. But sometimes people get accused of being snakes when they were in like a shitty roster. Sometimes you don't think Cleveland's going to bring you the legacy that you want. You know what I mean? So whatever. I think that there are situations where people get a bad name when maybe they shouldn't. I don't know if this is going to be one of them. It's not looking too good for them at the moment, but stavn's leaving the door open a little bit here. We'll see. And in the middle of all this, we have dupreeh, baby, who signed to the lineup to help carry their asses till the end of the year, and he has been putting up his part. First series, 62 kills, 48 deaths. Fantastic over Aurora on a team that kind of resembles a roster that looked like Heroic at one point. Tessis, dupreeh, Shush, Krizen, Sierra. Okay. Bad situation for dupreeh. He kind of put himself on the line in this situation too. You know, he can't even join a new roster, right? Because he's signed to Heroic for the rest of the year. He was supposed to just fill in with cadiaN's shoes, which already barely made sense. He's not an opera. He's not an IGL. He's not like anything personality-wise like cadiaN. Like he's not in the Heroic system. Like this is a tough spot for him. Now he's going to play out the year on this roster, which doesn't even have a real fourth or fifth just yet. This is messy. This is ugly. It's juicy, but it's definitely going to leave some scar tissue, I think. I mean, you definitely want to get out your popcorn for some of the comments here if you want to go ahead and take a look at that. It's always on Twitter that you're going to find the best and most accurate reactions to how you're feeling at the moment. And then finally, I guess the thing that we aren't talking about, well, this is also, there's also stuff like this, which I didn't bring up. But thanks so much for the time, Casper. You've evolved me insanely much in a short period of time. Thanks for all the memories. Best of luck in the future. It reads so terribly, obviously, considering what happened, and he's getting roasted in these comments as well. I'll just say that he could mean this. He could definitely still mean this. I think I believe this, first of all, like considering Jabbi, who came into the team, ESL Cologne 2022, or 2022 or 21, the evolution since then, I guess it would have been 22 into 23, and then by 23 becoming an insane player on Heroic, fitting into the system, starting out so badly, becoming so good. And then fucking Astralis got in here, man. This is also nuts because Astralis, I criticize Astralis so much for not picking up Jabbi when he left Copenhagen Flames, and now they come in when Jabbi and stavn are under contract for 10 months and not in a position to move teams. And now but then you got to think that it would have been fucking, if this was a good, like a nice natural situation that was like above board and like at the right time, Jabbi, stavn, Device, Blame F, and like Buzz or Stare, like, holy, that is one hell of a lineup. It's not really the time to go over fantasy lineups right now, but that would be fucking nuts, right? So, Jesus. But now we got to see how this plays out. If there's going to be any updates, I'll bring them here for sure. I'll throw them in the YouTube post or whatever. And maybe we'll make another video if anything substantial comes out. But for now, this one I think deserved its own place in the news because, wow, that's something that you can't expect, really. So, yeah, that's juicy. Still hate the rebrand Heroic. Doing great on social media, Heroic. Sorry that you have to deal with losing your top 3 players, Heroic. Hopefully this works out a little bit better for you. And hopefully everyone just doesn't come out of this looking like villains. But it's not looking good, bruv. It's not looking good.